Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at the next 5 hardware add-ons from our top list. In the last week we already covered haptic shakers, motion systems, VR headsets, ultra-wide and track-eye air, and also the Ambilight. And now let's look at the next 5 items from our hardware top list you shouldn't miss out to bring your sim racing experience to the next level. Alright, let's talk about the next one. Triple Screens. This is the gold standard of most sim racers. It's not 3D like VR, but it's huge. It's basically right in the middle between ultra-wide setup with track-eye air and the VR. So you have your main screen for the track, but the magic happens on the side of the screen, so you'll be able to look into your side mirrors. You can see if there's a car next to you through the side windows, and you really feel like more how the speed is rushing past your head. With bezel-free kit, with plastic frames disappear, and it feels more like looking, through a giant windshield. This gives it an immersion rating 8 out of 10. Let's talk about the performance of Triple Screens. For professional training, it's actually better than VR. Why? Because you have perfect situational awareness. You can look into a corner to hit the apex, but you can also check your mirrors to see exactly where your opponents are without turning your head like an owl. Plus, unlike VR, you can still see your rear steering wheel, the button box, so you're never blind in the cockpit when you need to change settings. That is why I would give the performance rating for the Triple Screens an 8 out of 10. Now let's talk about the value, and here's the pain point. It is expensive. You need not just one, you need 3 high quality monitors. You need a massive heavy monitor stand or like alu rig mounts to your rig to hold them perfectly aligned, maybe bezel-free kits to eliminate the black poles, and you also need a beast of a PC to push 3 times of the pixels without dropping frames. It takes up a huge amount of space in your room, so it's a big commitment, but for serious races it's a good compromise. In terms of comparison to the VR headset, I give it a slightly better rating of 4 out of 10. That gives the Triple Screens a Pro Score rating of 6.7, which puts it in our top score list slightly above the ultra-wide monitor with the Tracker R5. Also, like always, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment and tell me how you would rank the hardware items we are talking about. Would you see them higher in immersion or performance? How do you think about the value and the top score? Please tell me in the comments, let me know, and let's discuss about it. Alright, let's pull the next one. Eyebrows. Actually, eyebrows are a perfect addition for ultra-wide monitor or Triple Screens. I'm not talking about the eyebrows in your face, I'm talking about the LED stripes modern race cars have behind the steering wheel. The LED lights serve the drivers as feedback tools for performance and safety, and for sim racing they are often used as spotter LEDs. Because even with Triple Screens, if you're looking outside of the window, that doesn't mean that if there is no car, that actually there is no car in your blind spot. And if you turn your steering wheel, well, a lot of times it happens that you still hit another car. And that is why if you're not only using crew chief as a spotter, you can also use these eyebrows LEDs to detect cars in the blind spot, which is really useful. And that is why I rate this a 7 out of 10 for immersion. Talking about performance, this is where the eyebrows really shine. In a real race, you can't always look into your mirrors, and these lights train your peripheral vision to see the traffic without moving your head. It saves you from so many crashes in the first lap, and it helps you to keep your eyes focused on the apex while still being aware of everything around you. It builds the exact same situational awareness that real-world race drivers need. Well, this gives us a performance rating of 8 out of 10. When it comes to value, well, the value actually is pretty good. It's a simple project. You can easily do it by yourself with a couple of LEDs and an Arduino. Combined with SimUp, voila, you got the eyebrows. It's a really good helper and makes your driving safer. So actually, it is very good value for the money. I give it an 8 out of 10. This is giving the eyebrows a combined Pro score of 7.7, which puts them right below the haptic shakers. Alright, let's pull the next one. ActivePedals. And I'm talking about the Moza active pedals here because these are the ones I have. In terms of immersion, well, it's hands down one of the best upgrades you can get. It gives you most realistic feeling, and unlike normal pedal that is dependent on a static spring, this pedal comes alive because it uses an active motor that pushes against your foot. This is how you can actually feel the ABS and the traction control, and you can also, when we're talking about the brake, modulate the ABS. It's vibrating if you brake too hard, and it's also getting softer when your brakes fade in, just like in a real GT3 car. In terms of immersion, this is a clear 10 out of 10. When it comes down to performance, well, the best upgrade you can get is always good pedals. They are basically a cheat code because they are software controlled. You can customize the pressure curve perfectly to match your muscle memory or driving style. It teaches you exactly where the limit of the tires are. This also makes your braking more precise and more consistently. And therefore, I give it a clear 10 out of 10 in terms of performance. Well, let's now talk about the value, and to be real, the price for just one pedal is absolutely insane. I'm not even talking about the Simucube pedals, but even the Moza active booster pedals are pretty highly priced, and you're paying for cutting edge technology here that is still very new in the market and expensive to manufacture, but it's an ultimate tool for like top 1% of the sim racers. But to be honest, for most people, the high cost makes it very hard and a luxury investment to justify. So in terms of value, I give it a 3 out of 10. This gives us an overall score of 7.7, which puts the active pedals at the same level like the LED eyebrows, but due to the fact that they have higher immersion, we will put them above the eyebrows but below the haptic shakers. Alright, let's pull the next card. It's shifter and handbrake. Well, in terms of immersion, if you love drifting, rallying or driving classic cars, these are total must-have. Well, there's no better feeling than slamming a sequential shifter into gear or pulling a hydraulic handbrake to initiate the slide. It takes experience, from just playing a game to actually operating a machine with your whole body. I have both. I have an 8 shifter and I also have a sequential shifter with my handbrake for a rally setup. Yeah, I definitely recommend to get those. So in terms of immersion, absolute sure 10 out of 10. When it comes to performance, well, this is essential for learning real-world car control techniques like weight transfer or manual gear management. While it might not make you faster in a modern GT3 car, it's the only way to train the coordination needed for dirt racing or drifting. Also using the clutch appropriately with an 8 shifter. It teaches you how to multitask with your hands while still keeping the car balanced on the limit and keep it on track, which is not so easy in the beginning because a lot of times you have to control the car with only one hand on the steering wheel. So I give it an 8 out of 10 for performance. When it comes to value, well, the value entirely depends on what you like to drive. If you only race Formula 1, then it's an absolute waste of money because you never touch it. But if you want a rig where you can handle every type of racing or car, it's definitely a solid investment, even though high quality shifters can get real expensive for what they are. So in terms of value, I give it a 5 out of 10. So this gives us a Pro Score rating of 7.7 for shifter and handbrake, which is equal to the active pedals and the eyebrows. The immersion also matches the rating of the active pedals, so in this case I will take value as second most important category here, and since it beats the active pedals in value, I will put it above the active pedals and below the bus shakers. Alright, let's put the next one. Cockpit Replika. So this basically means to build a replica of a whole real cockpit for your own sim racing setup. Yeah, well, this is definitely something for enthusiasts in terms of immersion. Basically, you have to think of you sit down on a real roll cage with carbon fiber dashboard or Alcantara. This immediately tricks your brain to flip a switch and you stop feeling that you're in your office chair and see the white wall behind the rig, but you're feeling to, getting pulled into a real Porsche GT3 car. It's basically the ultimate way to create a professional racing atmosphere and to box yourself into total focus. However, you will always be sitting in the same car. It's not like we are where you like switch the car every time, but still you have the haptic, you have the feelings. So I give it a rating of 9 out of 10 for Immersion. When it comes to performance, well, let's be honest, this upgrade is poor on look and feel. It will not give you any tenths of seconds that makes you faster on the track. It may blend out the background a little bit, but you will not gain any performance advantages from it. Therefore, I have to give it a 0 out of 10 in terms of performance. When it comes to value, of course, this is a luxury. I mean, you spend your money only for aesthetics and the look, but still, since you can do a lot of things by do-it-yourself, like for the cage using simple tubes, and for the dashboard, like cardboard, you wrap with foil. So this is really cheap if you do it yourself. I did my whole cockpit with cheap parts from do it yourself, and it really helps to elevate the feeling of immersion in the cockpit, and therefore I give it a value rating of 5 out of 10. This gives our Cockpit Replika a Pro score of 4.7. Let's put this in our Pro score list. It will go exactly above the Ambilight. Alright, now we covered 10 out of 20 items from our top list. Next week I'm going to talk about the next 5 hardware add-ons you shouldn't miss out. Please leave a like and subscribe so you make sure you don't miss out the next video. Looking forward to seeing you. In the meantime, watch my other videos up here. Bye bye.